I want to share with you a stock trading strategy tip that can really make a big difference in your trading. And when you're new or just getting started, a lot of people don't realize that you can do this, and it's okay. I'll free up a question first. And based on how you answer the questions, it'll kind of help give you a little mile marker in terms of where you're at within your understanding of not necessarily the stock market and trading, but just trading as a whole in general, especially when it comes to trade management. Sure, you got to be able to find a stock or find a trade. Sure, you got to be able to enter. Sure, you got to be able to exit. But in between all that, there is trade management, and that's probably the most difficult area of trading. But what I want to do here is not sit here the whole time in front of the chalkboard. I just want you to know that I am going to show you some real life trading that happened for me from one of my live trade videos. That way you can see what I'm talking about actually play out in the real world. So it's not like some sort of textbook theory or anything like that. You'll see how it plays out. So my question to you though is this. When I say sell, what do you think of? And let me add in a little bit more context. Let's say that there's a trader and they have 500 shares and they sell. So what do you think of? Be honest. If you're saying, well, Clay, that means that they sell 500, false. Now, I used to think like that. My mind would say sell means, well, you sell everything, right? If you have 500 shares, you sell 500 shares. But that's not required. There's no sort of law that says if you sell, you have to sell everything you own. There is another path you can take, what is known as scaling out, meaning you slowly get out. You get out maybe a little bit more. And this can be very, very beneficial because as you saw from the title of this video, you can basically be wrong. You can basically just flat out have a completely wrong idea of something, a wrong perception, but still make money. So I want to show you this first part, and you're going to see how this works out. So you'll see that I got 500 shares, and I should also note that I am going short. So if you're brand new, going short means I actually want to see the price go down. If the price goes down, I make money. I get it. That's like a mind-blowing, wait, what? If the first time you're hearing it, but yeah, that's how crazy the markets are, is you can make money if prices go down. So that is what you're going to see here. I am going short, meaning prices going down. That is a good thing. So that's what I want to show you here. And just notice, you'll see that I am scaling out. And that's what I want you to see. So I get it. It's one thing for me to say scaling out, describe scaling out, but why don't I just show you what scaling out looks like. So let's go to my desktop and you'll see this real life trading action. All right, I think Boeing wants to move back down here. Especially with the way the markets are currently acting. Short at 129.99. So let's see if this thing wants to move back to the downside. So I will go ahead and pause it for now, and I'll get the video rolling if it looks like it wants to move in my favor, or if it's getting to the point where I'm going to need to stop out of the trade. All right, it's kind of moving in my favor, but not much at all, which has got me worried. So I took off 300 shares from the position. Excuse me, I took off 200 shares from the position. I still have 300 left, just in case this thing does actually want to roll over. But right now, this area is looking stubbornly strong. But I'm still in the trade to see if it does want to go in my favor here. Especially if the markets roll over. That could be, which I thought they would do by now, and they're starting to now. So that, in an ideal world, would give me some more help, to which I'm getting here. Took off another 100, so I have 200 shares left. So this thing's either going to go more in my favor, or I'll just take a loss on these final 200 shares. Can it get down through 50? Yes, it can. Kind of. Not really. Okay, now just 100 shares left, just because I'm not really convinced that this thing is as weak as I thought it would be. But so there we go. You saw me start with 500, and then I'm down to 100. And I cut off the video right before some pretty famous last words, but it really just goes to show that, well, I don't want to offer up a spoiler, but I'm very, very glad I hung on to those 100 shares. Because I was, as you're going to hear me admit very quickly with this next clip, I was totally wrong. I mean, it's embarrassing because, I mean, the price literally did the exact opposite thing I thought it would do. And I mean, I'm not even going to try to act tough or try to come up with an excuse. I was just boldly faced wrong. And, but I still made money from it, thanks to these 100 shares. So let's see what happens now with this next part of the clip. I very well could be wrong, hence me holding on to the 100 shares here. So in the event I am wrong and this thing continues in my favor, then I'll still be making money on it via these 100 shares that I have. So again, like I said, I think that this thing is going to want to it's going to want to roll back over, or excuse me, roll to the upside. But I could be wrong. And if I am wrong, and this thing wants to carry on down, which it's kind of doing right now, then hey, I'm glad I still have 100 shares in this. Which, as of now, looking like I was wrong, because I'm getting a nice slow little bleed here in my favor. So I will, if this thing can get down and show me, if this thing can get through 129, then I will move my stop down. But now my stop is at 30.01. So worst case scenario here, I'm going to lose about, we'll call it 10 bucks on the final 100 shares because of slippage. But worst case, it's a winning trade. And as traders, this is where we want to be. As a trader, we want to be in that spot where it's not, am I going to make money? It's, well, how much money am I going to make? And that's a great spot to be in. But like I said, again, at this point, I will not be moving my stop until I see 129 on the offer. In other words, it's got to break down through the 129 mark and go to lows. And if that case, but like I said, I was wrong. So I was wrong. So it's going for the break. Can it get it? I was wrong, but I'm still making money because, like I said, there we go. So now, worst case, I'm making about 50 bucks on the last 100 shares. So again, I'll say that again. Worst case, I am making about $50. Now, if this drops below 128.50, then I will move my stop loss down again. So in hindsight, I'm thinking, what, Clay? Why did you get rid of all those shares up there? But like I said, because I was wrong. That's why. I thought it was going to bounce. But I was right in the sense of at least hanging on to, there we go. So moving the stop loss now to 129.01. So worst case on those final 100 shares, I'm making basically $100. Isn't that crazy? That last 100 shares made me more money than everything else combined within the position. Because, well, as you saw, I made the comment, I very well could be wrong, but it looks like the price wants to go up. And then you saw it just kept going down and down and down. And that last 100 shares put a good amount of extra profit into my pocket. Whereas if I had just, went through with the thought process of selling and totally getting out, or just saying, you know what, I think this is going to happen, therefore I'm just exiting out. Don't ever do that, because don't be an egomaniac. Don't be like, no, I'm never going to be wrong. You have to keep the door open to the fact that you might be wrong. Because when you keep that door open, and what do I mean by keep the door open? Hold on to a position of your, hold on to a portion of your position. Now, of course, you can scale out along the way, but even if you think, oh man, it is for sure, don't think like that. You just saw me totally, totally wrong. And because I admitted, I'm not right all the time, I could be wrong, I was still able to then make that much more money. So the next time you think that something is for sure going to happen, Sure, maybe scale out a little bit, but keep yourself in the game. Keep that door open, and you could ultimately find yourself making even more money, even though you were totally wrong in what you thought was actually going to happen. So the sooner you can develop this skill, and implement this in your trading strategy, and again, whether you're trading stocks or Forex or futures, cryptocurrencies, anything, you're going to notice that things just go a little bit more in your favor, because believe it or not, you are wrong quite a bit as a trader. I am wrong quite a bit as a trader. But when you keep that door open, good things can happen. Before you go though, real quick, if you enjoyed this video, if you would like me to make more videos like this, the easy way to communicate that to me, just hit that like button. I really appreciate it. And like I said, from a communication standpoint, it helps out. Also, leave a comment down below. I always love to hear from you as subscribers. And then if you're not a subscriber, check out the channel as a whole. I mean, there's lots of these live trade videos that you saw a portion of in this video. So hopefully you decide to check out the channel and then ultimately hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you part of the channel. But thanks for hanging out. And remember, keep that door open. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.